In this video, I'm going to show you how to build these shelves. And each one of these shelves has a dowel across it, which prevents the jars from falling off. We're going to Lowe's, we're going to pick up the wood, and the instructions on how to do this will be in the recipe section, but we're going to demonstrate how to build it for you. Very easy to do. Okay, I'm going to get 8 6x8s. That's 8 1x6x8s. These are 1x2x8s, and I need 6 of those. Make sure they're straight. They cost $2.25. That's high. You need one 4x8 1/4 inch balloon. It's $11.95. Okay, this is the trick. We're going to have them cut it for us because it's free. So I'm going to have them cut it 2 feet 1 inch.
Yeah, no problem.
Let's go to Poplar, because Poplar's cheaper, 84 cents. I think I got Poplar last time, okay. So that's the blue ones. Okay, so they're 84 cents a piece, and they're 3/8 by 48 inches. So we need 8 of them. Okay, we're going to get one of these right here. This looks like a good one. And this is 11/16 by 1/2 by 10 feet. And that's all we need is just one. And we're, okay, this is the stain I'm going to use. It's red mahogany. This is tongue oil. This is what you put on after you put the stain on. And well, this is wipe on polyurethane, but I use tongue oil. I have some at home, so I'm not going to buy this.
That brings the total to $85.15.
Okay, we brought the boards home. Our total was $85.15, and that includes the stain. And what we're going to do is I'm going to stain these boards before we build it. Now, your husband or somebody might tell you, no, you don't do that. Well, let me tell you, it's a lot easier. stained all the wood, and I have it all out here set up. And I brought out my tools. I'm going to use a air gun, and this is my compressor. They have smaller ones, like a pancake compressor that you can use, but we just happen to have a big one, so we're going to use that one. And then down here, I have a miter saw, and I'm going to use this. If you don't have one, borrow one from a friend. And then I'm going to use the hand drill to put the holes in. And what I have here right now is I have these two boards clamped together. And this is so that the boards are flush, because you can never get a perfectly flat board when you go to the store. So what we do is we clamp them down so they're completely flush. Then what I did was, this part down here is going to be my base, where the baseboard is going to go across. And every 10 inches up from there is going to be a shelf. So what I did was, this is a straight edge, is I measured 10 inches up from every line, and I put a line. So I went 10 inches, 10 inches, 10 inches, all the way up. They're already pre-measured. Then what I do is 3 inches from the line that I just drew, I'm going to draw a circle. I already pre-measured these ahead of time. So this is where the dowel's going to go. So I'm going to drill a hole with my drill down through here, and 3/8 hole, so I can put my 3/8 dowel in each hole. So I went 3 inches up from the shelf, a hole. Here's the next shelf, another 3 inches up, a hole. And I'm going to continue all the way up into the end. Okay. All right, what I did now was I drilled 8 holes all the way up on this side. Each hole is for 8 shelves. And the hole is 3/8 inch drill bit is what you're going to be using on each hole. The reason why you want a 3/8 drill bit is because your dowel is 3/8. So these dowels should be able to fit right down through the hole just like this. Perfect. Okay, you want it to be snug. You're going to use a little glue, not much when you glue them in. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and remove all the clamps. Now remember, the instructions for this will be in the recipe section. So all the measurements and everything that you need will be right there for you. So I'm going to go all the way down this board, and I'm going to do 5.5 inches all the way down. Okay, I'm going to cut 16 of these. Okay, what I did now was I'd taken the two boards and I put them together like this, so that the holes are going to be just like this, all the way down. They're going to be right next to each other. Okay? And then what I did was, what you want to do is you want to take the line over here where the cleats are going to go, and you're going to continue the line all the way down on each side like this. Make sure you use a square. Okay, now if you notice on the ends, I put my clamps on each end so that the boards are close together so that my lines are going to be straight and everything's going to be even. So I clamped this end and I clamped that end down there. Clamps are great. They're only a couple dollars at the hardware store, so you should always have a few of those around. Okay, so now I already marked where the cleats are going to go, and now I'm going to put them on. Okay, what I did was I laid all the cleats out on the lines. Now this is the base and that's the top. So when you put the cleats on, you want the cleats to be on the bottom part of the line towards the base. And you want it to be flush to the middle of the board like this. So you want your cleats to be almost like this in the center. So don't worry about the space on the end back here, but you want your cleats to go right to the end. And you want to lay them out ahead of time and make sure they're all on the bottom part of the line, all the way through. Now I'm going to get my air gun. As easy as that. Okay, now I'm going to cut this board in 2-foot sections because each section is a shelf, and I need 8 of them. Okay, now I cut all the shelves, and what we're going to do is I'm going to cut the base and the top, and then we're going to put it all together. Okay, now I'm going to, this is a 25.5 inch base, and I'm going to put the base on the bottom now. Okay, now I'm going to put the top on. I'm straddling it so that I can put pressure on it. What I'm going to do, this is the piece of wood that we had cut at Lowe's. It's 25.5 inches. And what I'm going to do now is tack on the back of it. But what you want to do is, first you want to put a nail in each corner so it's square. Now I'm going to tack it all the way around. These are the 1x2s, and this is the frame. And I already pre-cut these, and all the measurements, like I said, is in the recipe section with the instructions on how to build this. So I already pre-cut these, and now I'm going to nail these around the front like this. Just make sure they're flush. Okay, now I already pre-cut the frame pieces that go along down through here, so I'm going to put these in now. I want to make sure that these are flush to the bottom of the shelf, so that there's nothing there. You can just use your thumb and feel when you know that it's flush. Don't worry if things get a little banged up, because you're going to rub staining all over it again, and you're going to put some wood putty over the little holes. And then the tongue oil on top of that. You won't be able to tell the difference. Okay, we're done. Now we're going to stand it up and we're going to put the dowels through. Okay, we put the dowels all the way through, and now this is a flush cut knife or saw, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to saw these off, maybe even with here. Okay, now if you get little nicks and cuts and scratches in your wood because you already stained it, don't worry about it, because we're going to restain it again. It just makes it easier when you put the stain on the first time, and then the second time around you put your second coat on. It just goes a lot nicer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the wood putty out. I'm going to putty up all the little holes where we had the air gun, put the nail holes in, and then I'm going to take more stain. I'm going to stain over the top of it, let it dry, then I'm going to tongue oil it. Okay, it took about 45 minutes, and I took a wash rag with some stain on it, and I wiped it all down with a second coat of stain. And now what we'll do is we'll take it inside, we'll let it dry, and we'll fasten it to the wall. Okay, we're finished with the cabinets, and now what we're going to do is mount it up against the wall. So we're going to use these strips here to go all the way down, because this is what's going to hold cover the space between here and the wall. It's going to make it look like it's built in, so that's why we have these extra pieces here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go down here and I'm going to mark this. So we're going to remove the shoe molding down here, and then we're going to put these pieces back up. Okay, This is the shoe molding that I removed, and I marked where I'm going to cut it right here. So I'm going to remove this much of the shoe molding, and then I'm going to nail those pieces back up. Okay, we cut the shoe molding, the piece of shoe molding out, and then we nailed up the two little pieces that were left here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece of wood that's going to go across the very top up here, and I'm going to nail that wood into the drywall and hopefully hit a stud, and that's called a furring strip. And we're going to put that up, and then we're going to put the cabinet in here and screw the cabinet to the furring strip. I just notched this out around the baseboard, and now I'm going to nail it up. So like that. So there you have it. We nailed the cabinet to the furring board. I put the molding up, and now what you want to do is use a little furniture refinisher or some tung oil on it, one or the other, not both, and then I'll give it a nice protective shine. And originally, when we went to the store, when we went to Lowe's, we paid $88 for the supplies, but I bought 3 boards too much, so we'd have to remove $18 from that, so this cost us $70, and that includes the stain.